Hi, this is Tommi on the behalf of Geckoliz Studios, and today I'm gonna be going over some major things that you want to keep in mind when it comes to working efficiently on various projects. Most people always go for the approach where they work as much as possible non-stop. Sure, they might put in a lot of work hours, but there are no guarantees that you are optimizing your working. First thing you want to make sure of is that you are working on a healthy level, which most people forget. For instance, working on various video editing projects, like I am here, require you to have a full concentration on what is going on in your work and making small adjustments and working out some kinks in the captured footage or effect. Often you will find yourself working on something that takes a lot of time and is a really slow moving process, which then eventually gets really boring and you find yourself without motivation and exhausted. You will start losing concentration and procrastinating as much as possible, and then your productivity goes down to an almost non-existent level. So, here are my tips on keeping your motivation and energy on long projects. First, don't just crawl out of bed and start working immediately, hoping that a cup of coffee will make things better. Take your time, take a shower, brush your teeth, and have some breakfast, and so on. This already gives you enough energy to start at a good pace. Also, one thing you want to make sure of is change into comfortable and clean clothes. As much as your pajamas might be comfortable, they won't keep you feeling too fresh, so comfortable, clean clothes it is. If you are going to be working all day, try to have a steady energy input throughout the entire day. Eat a few meals spread out evenly without the day. Try to avoid fast food as much as you can, because that will only give you enough energy for a minuscule amount of time. Try to aim for things like beans, rice, lean meats, and fish as main meals, and stuff like apples, raisins, nuts, and bananas as snacks. These provide enough natural energy to keep you going for a considerable amount of time. Eating healthy is only a small part of this. Try to also keep a bottle of water near your workspace. In this case, I have a liter canteen with water. I also put a lot of ice cubes in the canteen before filling it to the brim, so that way my water stays cold and refreshing for a long period of time. Try to at least take small sips every 30 minutes or so to keep yourself hydrated. Once again, try not to drink too much coffee, energy drinks, or sodas, because they will only keep you awake for a short period of time but not necessarily provide you with the efficient energy to keep your concentration. Drinking a glass or two of, for example, orange juice or other multivitamin juice, which is both healthy and high on natural energy, is always good. Another thing you want to be wary of is staying still for long periods of time. Of course, you want to make yourself as comfortable as possible while working, but you might also want to keep a good enough posture when doing so. This way, you don't find yourself with a stiff back or locked up shoulders from slouching in the chair for hours on end. A good way to also keep yourself from locking up is move a little, every now and then. Whether it's a small dance to your favorite music, or just stretching, or rotating your hands, arms, shoulders, and head. It's very good to keep yourself active, and more importantly, awake. Another very important thing to consider is keeping your workstation free of clutter and only with the bare necessities at hand. For me, I have two desks. One for all the excess crap, and one for my workstation with only my gear, water, and my phone in case someone needs to contact me. Also, mind the lighting in the room. If you're working on your computer, keep the light good in the room. There is nothing worse than having a bright computer screen in a dark room. Or well, if you also have glasses on, it ain't helping you at all. Talking about glasses, if you have them but don't necessarily need them for your work, ditch them. It'll save you from countless headaches and increasing problems with your eyes. Going back to the lighting though, if the sun is out, get the most of it. It is a great source of energy and will keep you going for a surprisingly long time. open your shades and let the sun in. But then again, if it's a grey and dark winter day, as it is currently here in Finland, have a light in the room and keep up on the other ways to energize yourself, as discussed before. If you work on projects with other people, you might want to play along to everyone's strengths. If someone is really great at 3D stuff, they can work on those aspects of the video project. Someone's good with color, they work on that, and so forth. This saves you a lot of time. Another thing that saves time is managing your workflow. What I mean by that is that you divide, for example, your video into different sections or stages. There's filming, cutting, editing, putting in effects, music and such, to coloring and finalizing. You can have a few steps in between there, of course, because I'm just trying to kind of run through this. After that, split it up into sections and work on them separately. For instance, with this project, I had clear timelines to work with, so I split them up and worked on the separate timelines by themselves. This not only makes your work faster, but it also makes your computer workspace cleaner, clearer, and more organized. Having your whole project in After Effects can get tricky, especially if you have a 30-minute video that you're working on. It gets messy, confusing, and slow really quickly, so just split it up. There are many more things that you can do to optimize your work ethic and workflow, but try out these simple tips and see what works for you. I would like to also recommend Corridor Digital's video on workflow, where they discuss similar things to do with efficient working. Go check them out. But for now, this was Tommi, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.